it started off, we just connected with the age group that was familiar to us, which was our age group. We all had kids that were the same ages. We just started doing dinners every once a month. From there, it really took off.
One couple started, and I think they invited a few times in a row, but then other people picked up. It wasn't one of us just carrying it.
No.
It was effort in all parts is what it turned into, which I think is what has made it so strong. There's a genuine interest and desire for all of us to want to get together.
No, I think what really drove it home too was when Josh and Jesse just threw out a random invitation to join them on their anniversary trip in Mexico, and everybody could make it. And we was like, okay, we're doing this. So we all just jumped in and took a vacation together.
How it all started was picking up people along the way. So initially, I was in a small group at the time with Maria's sister. And so she knew that we were moving to Also, and she goes, oh my gosh, my sister lives like a mile from where you guys are moving. You guys should get together. We started being walking partners. Just come check it out. So not long after they checked it out, and they loved it, and they ended up staying. And then we offered a women's Bible study here that Missy, Jesse, and I were a part of in the morning. And so that was just another layer of like, oh, we have kids in common.
And Luke and Angie were here from the beginning as well.
Yep,
so
and then I sat on the governing team with Luke, so I got to know Luke really well. And so at that time, I mean, the people that we've become really close with were the only people in that age group with kids. So like,
It's pretty organic.
it was very organic. Wow, all of our kids get along, and oh, who wants to go do kickball after church? That women's Bible study was a huge one to get us started. And then dinners actually came from that. And then there were a few of us that were kind of closer, and then they'd say, oh, well, I know these two because they're in my small group, and I can't remember who was who even anymore because it's been so many years. And then we're like, well, just invite them. And so, yeah.
Probably the fact that I wanted any part of a community. I mean, church before I came here was always like, go to church, get out of here as fast as I could, go wait in the car while she talks to everybody. And that's changed quite a bit.
I think one of the most surprising things that has been actually like joyful is how much your lives can intertwine together. So I remember telling my mom, I'm like, oh, I'm heading out, I'm heading to like one of their kids' games in the group, you know. She's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. She goes, I would have never thought to go to one of my friends' kids' games. Like I was just trying to keep up with my own kids' games, let alone somebody else's. And I'm like, well, our kids aren't involved in anything right now, and you know, I want to support them too. And you know, I think the cool, unique thing about New Ground is the fact that not only is there the community, but how much we include our kids in things. I remember at one point, you know, Jonah was like just nervous to talk to adults, and I'm like, can you guys just like make an extra effort to like say hi to him so he can practice like what we're like, look at somebody in the eye. And they were like, sure, for sure. Especially the guys.
Yeah.
The guys speaking into the young boys' lives. Like Tony's always, you know,
We can all
giving Jonah a pound or whatever. Like he's just awesome. And so it's just how intermingled it can be. But that takes a lot of time and effort too, that you have to be willing to give.
it's really living life together. I mean, it's
Like we hear bad days and good days. We do hear it all and get to celebrate and mourn. We've gone through it. We've done all of those things with everybody in the years that we've been friends.
yeah.
One of the things that has carried our whole church through, like when you say I'm so surprised that you're still here, is there are other pockets of this that have happened. It's just I'm pretty vocal about ours because I'm so thankful for it. But there's a lot of people who have reached out to form deeper connections, and we were military too, which is also a deep connection. And I've stayed in touch with a couple people, with a couple people, but not like this. And so it excites me that other people will, because I just at school and stuff, like, oh man, I see you post on Facebook, you have like the best group of friends, or even other people, my sister-in-law will say that, and I'm like, we do, I want that for other people.
Going on vacation with 14 people is pretty crazy.
It is.
To make work, and it worked well.
My 7-year-old can walk with somebody else and help take our tithing.
From day one, it's felt like home.
That's true.
You felt welcome from the first time you walk in. It's always felt like home to us.
And what's funny is we came to visit on Good Friday. We were like, we really want to go back for Easter. We went back for Easter. And so then I was like, maybe we really should like search for a church. Like we shouldn't like just go to the first one we check out, you know? So we actually did go check out a different church one time. We're like, we miss New Ground.